Howdy, hey folks, Jesse here, and today did get a comment asking about the Jesmon Deck Profile that has been featured on the channel a little bit at this point. So we're just gonna go over it. Apologies if the quality is a little lower than normal. Webcam is not the greatest and whatnot, but it's what we're working with today, is what we're rocking. So anyways, let's not dilly-dally and just start talking about our Digimon cards. Alright, so the first things, of course, our Digitama. So we play 4 Greymon here. The power is super easy to accomplish. About Huckmon is a 6k, and you do play a tiny bit of Champion Rush with the deck in its current state. So realistically, you are going to be gaining that draw majority of the time, and if you're going into like ST1 Greymon, you are going to definitely be leaving that in the breeding area, because that is an inheritable that you want to take very much advantage of. And then just for our 5th egg, I do still really like Demimeramon in the deck. I do run promo Guilmon, so Demimera is like primarily there to like support that, but it's not a bad option by any means for the deck. You could switch it out for Baby Domon, no problem, or realistically any red egg that you feel has synergy. I personally do prefer Demimeramon. And now let's talk about our real level 3s. So of course it is a Jesmon deck, so you gotta play 4 of the BT6 Huckmon. You know, it's just your typical searcher. You top 5, and then anything with Huckmon in its name, or Jesmon, or Sistermon in its name, you can select 2 of any of those types of targets, and you're golden. Like I said, just your stereotypical searcher. It's a really good option for the deck. And you know, it's a Huckmon name. We of course also do play 4 of the BT7 Huckmon. It's inheritable of when attacking, reveal top 5 and add all Sistermons you find. It's nutty, and it really just opens up your options with what you can play off of Jesmon. This thing is really good. Its only real downside is that it's a 4 to drop, so realistically, like, it's whatever. And then our final 4 of is Starter Deck Guilmon. It can very easily be a free draw with Jesmon being able to swing over your opponent's things with cards such as not a delicate plant, Judgment of the Blade. That is an insane card, and we do, like I kind of hinted at earlier, we do play 1 of the promo Guilmon when attacking, draw 1. It's just really solid. It's a really good card, and it doesn't super synergize with the deck anymore, since you're more playing Champion Rush at this point, but it is still a really solid option. You can realistically take this out for anything like a starter deck Agumon from ST7, or even EX1 Biomon will accomplish almost the same thing. Like I said, it's I personally like this, so I'm playing this. Alright, so our not real level 3s and level 4s even, our Sistermons. So let's talk about the main one that you play, of course, and you will continue to play until just something even more stupid gets printed. BT6 Sistermon Blanc. On play, you just draw a card, which is really nice, and then as long as you have a Huckmon or Royal Knight in play, all your Sistermons gain blocker. Yeah, that's super good. And then we do only play this as a 1-of, but it does come up, and it is dumb that Jesmon has recovery in the form of Sistermon Blanc Awakened. Since you're able to play out Sistermons for free, this thing is stupid. Being able to just play a normal, play this out for free off of Jesmon, and then throw that under there, and boom, you recover one. That's Jesmon having recovery is dumb. It looks like, at least for Japan's format, they have phased this entirely out of the deck. But in our format, this is just consistent, and we're able to abuse it. So like I don't really see it dropping off a play right away. And so, you know, we do play things like Chimeramon. What a surprise. So a level 4 is just super hard not to say no to. So 3 of CL, we don't play any CL Awakened. I just don't feel like it's good enough, and it can even theoretically hurt us by taking one of our regular CLs away, meaning that we're not able to Jogress in certain situations. But CL is a really good option still. We do only play 7 Sistermons in the deck currently. Sometimes that's a little iffy, sometimes it's not. It really does depend. I do personally like playing, like, say around 8, maybe even 9 in certain builds, but for this I do feel like 7 is a good number. If I was to change anything, I would want to find space for maybe the 4th Blanc, or even play a 2nd Blanc Awakened, but 7 Sistermons does things. And of course, you know, we do play some champions. So of course a Jesmon deck is going to be playing Bao Huckmon. We play it as 4 of, so that way we can see it as often as we can. Its inheritable does come up, but I actually had a situation with X Antibody where Decoy saved something off of Bao's inheritable, which is interesting to say the least, but hey, it was a situation. Still won that game. And we do play 4 of the starter deck Greymons. It's just a really solid card. You want the security attack with Jesmon. You are trying to be an OTK deck, and you are trying to like just blow your opponent out of the water a little bit. And as an additional win con game finisher, Agunimon, we do play 2 of it because we only do play a handful of Tamers. So I don't feel like going up to 3 is very necessary. If you were to go up to 3, you I would say you'd probably cut out Bao Huckmon before you'd cut out a Greymon, but that is besides the point. That is the actual level 4s. Alright, level 5s, we may seem a little heavy on them, but I feel like the count is fine. We do play our 1 Savior ever since it gained limited. You want to see this as often as possible, but hey, you can technically recycle this with your Sistermon Blanc Awakened, any of your Awakened Sistermons actually, and also in a somewhat other way is with Chimeramon. You can have Savior in the trash, and then when digivolving Chimeramon, it doesn't have to be DNA digivolving, just when digivolving, take a card from your trash and put it under it as the bottom digivolution source. So that is a actually somewhat good way to recycle your Savior Huckmon, so that way you're able to just keep on swinging. We do play 2 of this War Growlmon. This War Growlmon is sometimes an additional security attack, is easy enough to fulfill, but if we're having a hard time seeing our Jesmons, this is a mini boss monster for us, since it can be deleting your opponent's things that are 3k or less, and there are plenty of things that are. This is the iffy spot, and realistically what you could start cutting down on to make more room for other tech choices like more Sistermons, or even like playing an additional War Growlmon if you felt like it. But Voltramon, just an additional security attack +1. It is a slightly bigger starter deck Greymon. It it does have a place in the deck. I just don't know if it is worth the place that it currently fills. Alright, so we're just going to go over level 6 and level 7s all at the same time. So, of course, Jesmon. You play 4 Jesmon. Nothing else to say about that. That is literally the only level 6 you play, and that is that. You play 4 Jesmonaroonies. And then you do play, I suppose I should say, I do play the 1 Omnimon with Blitz. It is still a really good card, no matter how you try to stretch it. I do know that at least when the Awakened Sistermons came out, a lot of people were cutting out 1 Jesmon because you can potentially recycle it. I was never a fan of that since you're already so low on level 6s in the deck. I just feel like this is the best lineup for you. Some would probably argue to play another Omni. I would not make that argument. It's not worth it, in my opinion. I can't justify playing a second Omni in Imperial, so I can't justify playing a second Omni in Jesmon. That's besides the point. We're finally getting close to wrapping up here. Just to go over real quick our Tamers. We play 4 Tamers and they're all memory setters. We're playing 2 of Hero out of BTA and then 2 of Tai. Hero is a really good stand-in for Tai. Realistically, I would not play more than 3 Tai, but I feel like this 2-2 split is actually very good. This gives you more power, this gives you security attack, and they're both memory setters. I only own 2 of these, and I definitely own a lot more than 2 of these. But they both do actually very much have their own place in the deck. Tai is definitely more aggressive, and this is more making sure you don't die. But that is it for our Tamers. We're just going to leave them on the board there. Cover up Kai's face with 2 Judgment of the Blade. I do actually kind of want to play this at 3. And honestly, that might even be like where you start cutting out like the Voltramons as well, or even maybe cutting out a Hero. But we do play 1 A Delicate Plan. This is a stupidly good card. It's just I cannot find space to play more than 1 of it, and realistically this is something that you want to hold off until you know it's your kill turn. But hey, that is besides the point. That is our Jesmon list that we got going on here. We're going to just now frame Kai. That is the Jesmon list that we got going on here. I've been trying it out a little bit here and there. Shortly before BT8, I actually did take the deck apart because I was not feeling it. And now that EX2 has dropped, EX2 did nothing for the deck, I feel, but it did make me want to put it back together for some reason. So the deck can do things, it's just it does not feel as strong as it once did, definitely without 4 of these, but it still does things and can still take games with little no problems. It just, you have to see all the correct pieces when you absolutely need them. But anyways folks, that's going to be it. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.